Hello everyone, Woods Walker Outdoors here, and we have a surprise for you. Looky here, what we finally ordered, finally purchased. Our beehives, bee boxes, honeybees. Well, we don't have the honeybees yet, but you get the idea. Here on the left, I've got a double brood box stack and a honey super on top of that. It came with the bottom board, the entrance reducer, the top. It's got a ventilation cap in there. It's got a queen excluder with it, and all the frames, and these are 10 frame boxes. That was one piece I bought itself, and this one over here is a single brood box with the same parts, but it was a kit, so it came with everything that's inside that box right there. So let's check it out. Okay, I just wanted to move y'all in just a little bit closer so you can see everything. And these come with these little pamphlets inside of them that show you everything that came with the kit, which is, well, quite a bit. But I'm going to go through and show you all the pieces and kind of use this pamphlet a little bit to make sure I'm naming these things correctly. Again, I'm no bee expert. No honeybee expert, and this is my first time. This is the first purchase that I've made to take this step towards this little journey here. I have been studying and reading and learning about honeybees and the equipment and all that stuff for about 3 years now, and I plan to find some local folks around here, to start talking to and get involved with, and maybe even some sort of mentor, that can help me in my process here. But I feel like I have learned quite a bit myself. But let's take a look here. So first off, we have the frame outer cover. We'll set this here. Maybe it'll blow away on us. The outer cover here, and in my opinion, I think that these are built pretty good. They're pretty sturdy. They're not super light duty. They seem to be pretty decent. Let's set that aside. And right here we have the frame inner cover. There's the inner cover, and I think this is a little ventilation hole here. Set that aside. This piece did not come with this kit. I bought this separate. It is just a feeder, like a sugar water feeder there. Thought it was pretty cool. Had pretty good reviews on it. Just gives them a little spot here where the honeybees can kind of crawl up in here. They can crawl up in this hole here. It's got little ribs for them to crawl on, and supposed to keep them from falling in, and drowning. But they can get in here and eat on their sugar water food. This is the honey super, and it has frames in here. I didn't get all the nails with these. They said they were actually out of stock on some, but I'll go get me some. That's perfectly fine. But anyway, this one is held together pretty good. I'll show you this here. This is the honey super frame here. It's got the white foundation here, plastic foundation. Underneath it, I'm gonna have to pull it off all here at one time to keep these frames together. But under it is this little plastic queen excluder. You can get metal ones. This one's a plastic queen excluder. This is the brood box here, and it has frames as well, which I do have now together. Same more deal here. It's got this plastic foundation that I'm starting with, and these are a bit bigger, obviously, than the honey super frames. And then once again, same thing down here. You've got more frames, and the next brood box, the next double, comes with this little entrance reducer here, which is pretty cool. You got like a medium entrance here. You can switch it to a very tight entrance. Look here, we got a honeybee already interested. He probably smells all that beeswax. And then you could take it out, fully open in the summertime. This is where all the honeybees would enter their hive and work their way up into it. Check out what actually came in this little kit box that come with this brood box here. And again, I'll lay this out to make sure I name things correctly for y'all. Set my flowers aside here. They're just a little aesthetics. Alright. So, I've got this little bee cap here. And let's see. Yeah, bee hat, bee screen, face protection here. That's all that this kit came with, you know, was just this little hat piece here, which I think is a pretty nice hat, you know. It's kind of fitting here. But, you know, it seems like it's pretty well made. Not super cheap. You know, it could be a good one. Our little honeybee buddy's back over here. I think he smells that beeswax. But, yeah, I think it's a decent little hat. This box has all my extra frames in it and stuff that I haven't put together yet. Another plastic coin excluder. Let's open up this box here. This is for later. Set this aside. This is what came in the box here. So I have these, which are called beetle traps. Little beetle traps here. I'm going to set everything aside while I look through this. These are the smoker pellets, just some starter smoker pellets, you know. Got some nice bee gloves here, kind of pretty long. They kind of go up the arm here. Pretty decent there. We have the smoker. The smoker here is in pretty good shape. Open her up, check her out there. Pretty good little smoker there. I don't think it's too bad of a build. Seems pretty, seems worth the price. Obviously, we'll learn all this as time goes on to see how long this stuff lasts us. Right here we have a queen cage for catching your queen here. This is another queen cage. This one's actually keep her in. I believe you could hang this inside the hive or something like that. I've not really seen one like this. Here we have a, let's find it here on the board, beehive shovel. Still got plastic on it right now. Little beehive shovel. These I thought was pretty cool that it came with these. Make sure I named them right. Frame holders, because you can put these on the side of your hive. You know, I don't know if everybody uses them or if they're worth using, but I thought they were pretty cool to hang on the side of your hive for putting your frames on as you pull them out, you know, so you don't have to set them on the ground and stuff like that. Right here we got a little bee bag. I don't think this is on the list here, but it holds all the tools and stuff. Just a little bag here I haven't opened up yet. Pretty nice. Our little bee broom here, is that what they are called? Beekeeping brush. Beekeeping brush for flicking the bees away, getting them off of your stuff there, or like when you're collecting your honey frames, I would say, is what I've seen. Let's see, this is a uncapping fork, yes. A little uncapping fork here. I like the idea of the uncapping fork, but I like the idea, from what I've seen, the uncapping rollers, if you've seen those, because we also have an uncapping blade here. This is for grabbing your frames, which would be called, where'd it go? We done lost it. Beekeeping grip. Beekeeping grips. Like little prongs here so you can grab your frames and pull your stuff out. This one in particular is called a multifunction tool. Just a multifunction tool. Kind of got a little scraper there on it, a little hook. Yep. This one is the J-hook. J-hook, that's in the name. That, I seem to see a lot of people using that one, really heavy. This one is an L-hook, which is, you know, like another little hook and scraper. That one's a scraper as well. And then we have here a spur wire wheel embedder with the kit. And this is an entrance feeder. Got the little jar lid in there. You can put your jar of, I would say, sugar water or your other additives and stuff that I've noticed people put in there to feed food. Help to feed the colony. This is a bee feeder as well. I'm guessing this one slides into the entrance there for feeding. Again, I'm not using none of this stuff, so. This here is a queen marker tube, which I thought was kind of cool, you know, so we grab and hold over. Kind of neat, you know, if you can get her in here, hold her still, and then give her a little marking your queen. So yeah, that's what came in the kit. I mean, you know, give me your opinions in the comment if you long-term beekeepers, if you have bought this kit, and what y'all actually think about this kit. Like, how good is it? I mean, how much of this do you really use in your everyday beekeeping? I think it's a pretty cool kit for the price. I mean, even if there's things in here that I may not use all the time, I think it was a really well loaded kit for someone starting and learning, I feel. So that was decent. But we'll put all this back later after I finish talking to you guys. So the later that I was talking about. Here we are. Let's make sure we're still recording real quick. So this is the later I was talking about. You see it there? Premium Swarm Lure, Swarm Commander. And I'm gonna try to catch a swarm this year, swarm of bees. You know, try till I get one, maybe, possibly. If I don't get one and it takes too long, you know, I'm kind of getting to where that it's at that point where, like, okay, I need to buy a set of bees, you know, so I can make sure that they're going to be strong enough to make it to the winter and things like that. Then I will purchase, but hopefully I can lure a set in. All out the road, all the way back into town, both ways. There's a lot of beekeepers out this way. Some vineyards out this way that have a lot of honeybees. And I'm sure there are plenty of wild hives out here, you know, somewhere about. So I want to try to catch a swarm. And May, we're at the beginning of May here, and supposedly from everything I've watched and read, May seems to be a pretty good prime time here in North Georgia mountains for swarm catching, honeybee swarms. It can happen, you know, late February all the way through now, and June, July. You know, I think a honeybee swarm could happen at any time, you know, once they feel it. But apparently this is prime time. So what I'm going to do is take one of these brood boxes here, and these are 10 frame boxes, and I'm going to fill it with 10 frames. From what I've read to do, fill it with all 10 frames. If you have pre-drawn out comb on a frame, you know, something already made, old comb, put that in there. I don't have any, and maybe I can get with a buddy and be able to get me one, because that does better your chances, but I don't have any. Some people were showing putting some old comb and dropping in the bottom, some old dead bees in the bottom, honeybees, things like that. Can help draw them in. Some people coat the insides of their boxes with natural honeybee wax, but these boxes are heavily coated. They're usually dipped when they're being made. So these already have the honeybee, or the bees wax already on them, sorry. So the bees wax is going to be a little bit of a plus for me there. And then this bee commander is supposed to be one of the top rated bee lures, you know, on the market that you can purchase, and mimics a lot of things that the bees are after. So we're going to give that a shot and see how it works. I'm going to take it down with the bottom board, the medium entrance reducer, 10 frames, and obviously the cap and everything. And I'm going to take it and put it in my deer stand. My deer stand is pretty high up, you know, not too high, but high enough for a swarm trap. And a really wide ladder, you know, it's a really nice, you know, nice little stand. Won't be too hard to get it back down and things like that and put it where I need to put it. But anyway, that's what I'm going to shoot for. I'm going to give it a try. So yeah, anyway, I think that about covers everything. Plenty more to come. This is where, you know, some of this YouTube is headed, is with the bee stuff, honeybees. Any of you beekeepers out there, if you wouldn't mind subscribing or checking out my videos and giving me some pointers, you know, as things come along, and things that I learn myself and have had success on and do well, or learn from others, and as I make videos for it, then people out there, you may be just starting to get into bees as well, and maybe I can help you and give you some pointers as I move along, you know, things that I've learned ahead of time. But anyways, that's it. This was a little prize. So yeah, you know, I know I ramble on a lot, but again, you know, I try to ramble on a little bit because I tend to think of a few other things I could add or say and give you, because I want to give you all as much as I can from my content, tell you as much as, you know, as I can of what I got going on and all this thing. But anyway, there's plenty of more videos coming. So we'll see y'all in the next episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and y'all enjoy your day.